I know it's Monday, but we are looking ahead to a delicious event coming up this weekend, St. Peter's annual Italian Bazaar.
And it's a big year, the Bazaar's 100th anniversary. Joining us to share more about the festivities and celebrating Italian heritage is the festival co-chairman Michael Colello and the community organizer Isabella Libby. Good morning to both of you.
Thank you very much for having us.
All right, so first I'd love to hear from both of you about how long you've been involved in this and how special is this event?
Well, it's 100 years old, so that makes it pretty special. I've been involved as the co-chairperson for, this is the 4th year, but I've been doing it practically all of my life because of, heritage and growing up on Munjoy Hill and being associated with that church. So I started out as a pizza guy, and then over the years you move up a little bit, Now you don't have to do so much work, you get to supervise more, and you know how that works. So
How special is marking 100 years for this event?
I think it's pretty special, especially when you think about Isabella here. How long have you been there?
I've been, technically since I was 26, or for 26 years now.
Wow.
I'd say ever since I could pick up a sprinkle container, they had me baking cookies. So it's definitely an event I hold very dear to my heart. So.
Yeah, and there's like generations involved in this.
Yes.
Probably,
Absolutely.
right?
Well, and that's part of the celebration itself, because the Bazaar is a religious event. It celebrates the Feast of the Assumption and St. Rocco. But the premise behind what we've been trying to do to it for the last 4 years is to sort of rekindle that spirit of Little Italy in Portland, because it used to be very pervasive in that neighborhood from, say, Pearl Street, which is the beginning of the Old Port, all the way up to Munjoy Hill, until urban renewal came along and then wiped it all out and made everybody scatter throughout the city. So East Deering became another bastion of Italian residents, and then North Deering, and then they migrated over towards Rosemont and Deering High School, and it spread around, and then they're out into the suburbs. So we try to take this festival and bring it back, so bring everybody back into the neighborhood.
So what is the experience like when someone attends this? Walk me through it.
Well, it starts at 5 on Friday and Saturday night, and it's food and lots of food, lots of food.
We love that.
And it starts with pizza and pasta and lots of desserts, gelato, spumoni, things like that, calamari and arancini, and all of those things that you would expect.
What was that?
Arancini. They are stuffed rice balls that are deep fried and then served with tomato sauce on
they're
top of
amazing.
them.
Oh, Katie, you've had
one of my favorite Italian dishes,
Nice.
honestly. Isabella, tell us some of your favorite memories maybe from this event and just your role now.
I have so many amazing memories, but realistically, it's been making the cookies and stuffing the cannolis. I have vivid memories of my sister and I on either side of my mom with a cannoli in each hand, filling it.
So
just, those cherished memories and being with the community and being able to see people that I don't necessarily get to see all the time. So it's wonderful.
Now, is a cannoli your favorite food, or what's the dish you're going for?
Ooh, I definitely think I am a cannoli through and through
Girl.
girl. Yes.
They're so good.
They are
Oh my
delicious.
gosh. All right, so what are we seeing right here?
Well, this is they're making cookies, or beginning to make cookies.
Yeah.
We're actually going to start doing that tomorrow morning.
Okay.
We bake them for 2 days, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and I believe we make 13,000 cookies.
Yep.
How
Oh
many
my
people are you talking that are helping with that?
We have around 100 volunteers that help out,
wow.
so it's wonderful. Ages from little to generations. So
That is so sweet. It does look kind of fun. Like it's a great way to get the community
It is.
together to then put on this great event to bring even more of the community together.
And when you talk about cannolis, we make 3,500 of those.
Oh my goodness. I'll think a dent. I'll put a dent in that number. Okay, what's the turnout that you're expecting for this?
Yeah, you're preparing for a lot of people. How many?
Well, historically, we usually get somewhere between 2,800 and 3,500 a night.
Wow.
Okay.
So it's about 7,000 to 9,000 in and out. It starts at 5, and You know, some people come and they stay for an hour or two and they leave and then they come back, because the other draw of the event is that we have two really great musical acts. On Friday night we have Jim Champy and his 7-piece band, and he's very popular around the area and people really look forward to seeing him. And then this year, because it's the 100th anniversary, we actually have 2 acts on Saturday night. We have a traditional Vegas singer who will sing Frank Sinatra style music. His name is Jimmy Maz. And then at around 8 o'clock, we have a 2-hour show with the nationally acclaimed Elvis Presley tribute artist named Dan Fontaine and his 9-piece orchestra.
Wow.
So you guys are going big for the
They're going
100.
big.
It's going big.
100 years, that's a big deal for sure.
I just think about the traditions for this event. Is there anything you want to tell me about, any memories that you hold on to over the years?
I remember when I was a child, 10, 11 years old, that we talk about these bands and the music and everything. When I was about 10 years old, they used to actually have a wooden stand in the middle of the street, and a brass marching band was there playing music for 4 or 5 hours, and the pizza was delivered around the entire neighborhood by Italian women, mainly grandmothers, walking around with those hot pans and screaming, coming through the crowds, "It's hot pizza, look out!" But they would be saying it in Italian.
Of course. That is amazing.
lovely.
And if you could just remind everybody what time it starts and the address.
72 Federal Street. If you can't find it, come into the Old Port area on the eastern edge, and there's Italian flags all over the place. Look for the lights in the streets. Starts Friday at 5, goes until 10, same thing on Saturday. The other thing I want to mention real quickly is we just recently built a new grotto area in St. Peter's, and it was actually started by Jim Champy, who's also he's the music director for the parish. But the bishop, James Ruggieri, will be there on Friday night, dedicating that, blessing it, and opening it, grand opening, so everybody can go in and see the grotto too.
Amazing.
It's great to have you guys on.
Yeah.
Oh.
Thank
Really
you very much for
appreciate
And
your
having
time.
us.
the smells of
I
the
know.
delicious
Yeah.
food will guide you to the bazaar.
Exactly. It's so true. All right, after the break, could tomorrow